and by giving orders, by the great CEO, by the top-level MBAs and engineers. We know better. The key to success lies in harnessing the knowledge, the intelligence, and the creativity of the people who work in the factory floor. And then I remembered where I really learned it. I told you a little something about my father. I learned it from my dad. My dad turned 13 in 1934, in the middle of the Great Depression. He was in the 7th grade. On that day when he turned 13, my dad put his books down in his elementary school desk. He marched down to the employment office in Newark, New Jersey, and he took a job in a factory. The factory's name was Victory Optical. They made eyeglasses. It was a giant brick building in the down neck or ironbound section of Newark. My dad worked there until the day Pearl Harbor was attacked. Put his tools down on his workbench, and he marched down to the enlistment office. He stormed Normandy, and he fought in all the great battles of World War II. He came back after the war. He was skating one day in Branchbrook Park, that great park in Newark where the cherry blossoms are now blooming. He met my mom. They got married. My dad continued to work in the factory. They had 2 boys. My father was the son of Italian immigrants. We're Italian Americans. They gave us classic Italian names, Richard and Robert. They wanted us to fit in to the melting pot, which is American society. And I grew up during the 1960s and 70s. And I wanted to know what my dad did. I wanted to see where my father worked. I wanted to go visit his factory. My dad told me, Rich, you have to stay in school. You have to study hard. I work here in this factory so you don't have to. You have to get an education. You have to get ahead. But I was a pesky little kid, and we didn't have take your son or daughter to work day. I was a pesky little kid, and I used to beg my father to take me to the factory. And my dad was smart. When the factory was running overtime and demand for eyeglasses was high, and there was a short shift on Saturday, my dad would say, Rich, come with me and I'll take you to the factory. He wanted me to learn how to play a musical instrument. He had never gotten the opportunity. He bought me a guitar and I had guitar lessons. And on Saturday was the day he took me to my lessons. He said, come with me to the factory. And we'll grab some lunch and I'll take you to your lesson. Well, we'd make the drive from where I grew up. My parents moved to